Chapter: Kira's Crossroads. The soft hum of the sphere reverberated through the metal corridors, a rhythm so constant that most of the team had long stopped noticing it. But Kira noticed everything. The others had turned in for the night, exhausted from another grueling day navigating Atlantis's ruins. But sleep wasn't an option for her. Not yet. Not when there was still a chance, no matter how small, that something had been tampered with. She made her way down the dimly lit passageway, her boots barely making a sound on the polished floors. The engine room was buried deep in the heart of the sphere, where the raw power of the ship's core pulsed through a network of key conduits, feeding energy into every critical system. "Aina," she murmured, rubbing her temple as she reached the reinforced door. "Run a full system check. Prioritize jump drive integrity and engine stability." Aina's voice responded smoothly, her synthetic tone reassuring yet analytical. "Affirmative, Kira! Running full diagnostics!" The door slid open, revealing the engine room, a labyrinth of conduits, glowing interfaces, and pulsing energy cores. The steady, faintly blue illumination of the negative energy reactor thrummed with barely contained power, casting dancing light across the polished steel walls. Kira hated feeling this way, this gnawing sense of unease that wouldn't let go of her spine. But Damon had been acting strange for days now. Ever since they'd set foot in Atlantis, he'd been watching too closely, asking too many questions about the sphere's systems. And now, she had to be sure. She stepped deeper into the room, fingers flying over the nearest console as she pulled up the latest system logs. Everything looked normal. No unauthorized overrides, no corrupted files, no security breaches. But she wasn't convinced yet. "Aina, cross-check previous logs. Look for any discrepancies in access times or system adjustments made in the last 48 hours. The AI hummed in processing. "Scanning, no anomalies detected in primary engine functions. However, there is a 0.02-second fluctuation in core stabilization readings from approximately 20 hours ago." Kira's jaw tightened. A fluctuation. Small enough to dismiss, but small was dangerous when dealing with something as precise as a time-jumping ship. "Trace the source of the fluctuation," she ordered, heart pounding. Was it external interference or internal? Aina paused for a fraction longer than usual. "Source unknown, no registered manual adjustments. Energy disruption was minor and self-corrected." Kira exhaled sharply, gripping the edge of the console. That wasn't the answer she wanted. She turned away from the screen, scanning the room as if the answer might be hidden in the shadows. Had Damon been down here? Had he done something subtle, something only noticeable in the slightest flicker of data? It wouldn't be enough to destroy the sphere. Not outright. But it could mean an issue with the jump drive at the worst possible moment. And if something went wrong mid-jump, they wouldn't be stranded. They'd be erased. She took a slow breath, trying to calm the storm inside her chest. "I'm being paranoid," she muttered under her breath, but her own voice didn't convince her. Her hands didn't stop moving as she went through a manual check of every critical system. She traced the flow of energy, ensuring there were no overloads or irregularities. She crouched by the coolant stabilizers, running her fingers over the sleek panels, scanning for any sign of sabotage, loose wiring, forced access panels, anything. Nothing. Her heartbeat slowed, but only slightly. She straightened, exhaling, rubbing her temples. "Aina, if anything shifts in core energy readings, no matter how small, I want an immediate alert." "Acknowledged, Kira. Would you like to set a manual override authorization?" She hesitated. She trusted the team. But trusting Damon? "Yes, lock out all non-authorized personnel from core functions," she said finally. "Only I and Miles should have full access." "Override confirmed." Kira let out a slow breath, staring at the pulsing glow of the core. She'd done everything she could, and yet she knew she wouldn't be able to sleep tonight. The sphere had to be perfect, because if it failed, they wouldn't get another chance. She turned on her heel and walked back toward the command deck, her mind still racing, the weight of responsibility pressing down like gravity.